Welcome to Mr. K's world. For over 7 decades, the relationship between Iran and the United States has swung from strategic alliance to bitter enmity. Once bound by oil, Cold War strategy, and mutual anti-communist goals, the two powers became locked in a cycle of grievances, proxy wars, and high-stakes power plays. At its core, control of Middle East oil, regional dominance, ideological clash between secular democracy and Islamic theocracy, and the security of Israel and the Gulf states. Iran views the US as the Great Satan, an imperialist meddler since 1953. Washington sees Iran as a rogue state, exporting revolution through proxies. Today, in 2026, direct military strikes have pushed this rivalry to the brink. This is their story, the past and present of two nations whose interests have collided time and again. Relations began positively in the 19th century. Formal diplomatic ties date to 1883, with ambassadorial exchanges by 1944. Post-W pause, Iran became a US Cold War partner against Soviet influence. But the turning point came in 1951, when democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh nationalized Iran's oil industry, then controlled by the British-owned Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. Britain imposed an embargo. The US feared Soviet gains and lost oil access. On August 19, 1953, the CIA and MI6 orchestrated Operation Ajax, a coup that overthrew Mossadegh and restored absolute power to Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. The Shah signed a 1954 consortium deal giving US, British and French firms 40% of Iran's oil for 25 years. This was classic interest geopolitics. US secured cheap oil and a bulwark against communism. For Iranians, it planted deep resentment, foreign powers toppling democracy for profit. The Shah received billions in US aid, modernized via the White Revolution, land reform, women's rights, industrialization, but ruled with Savak secret police brutality. Through the 1960s-70s, Iran was America's closest Middle East ally, buying billions in US weapons, hosting Nixon's Twin Pillars strategy. The Shah's nuclear program began under Eisenhower's Atoms for Peace in 1957. Yet beneath the surface, resentment boiled. The Shah's lavish lifestyle, Western cultural imposition, and Savak torture alienated the clergy, intellectuals, and poor. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, exiled since 1964, rallied masses against American imperialism. In January 1979, mass protests forced the Shah to flee. Khomeini returned February 1st, declaring an Islamic republic. The revolution was not just anti-Shah, it was anti-US, fueled by decades of perceived meddling. Oil nationalization dreams revived. The new regime vowed to export Islamic revolution. Relations shattered November 4th, 1979. Students seized the US embassy in Tehran, holding 52 Americans hostage for 444 days, demanding the Shah's extradition. President Carter severed ties April 1980. Sanctions began. The failed Delta Force rescue killed 8 US troops. In 1980, Iraq invaded Iran. The US tilted towards Saddam Hussein with intelligence and arms to contain Khomeini's revolution. Yet secretly, the 1985-86 Iran-Contra affair saw Reagan sell arms to Iran for hostages and fund Nicaraguan rebels, exposing US hypocrisy. In 1988, the USS Vincennes shot down Iran Air Flight 655, killing 290 civilians. Iran backed Hezbollah's 1983 Beirut bombings, killing 241 US Marines. Grievance layered on grievance. Iran saw US support for Iraq as betrayal. America labeled Iran a state sponsor of terrorism. After 1991, Iran filled the power vacuum from Saddam's weakened Iraq. President Bush's 2002 Axis of Evil speech and 2003 Iraq invasion boosted Iran's Shia influence. Nuclear concerns exploded in 2002. Iran enriched uranium beyond civilian needs. Sanctions intensified. Through proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, Houthis in Yemen, Iran challenged US allies. The 2015 JCPOA under Obama capped Iran's program for sanctions relief, a rare diplomatic win, balancing non-proliferation with economic incentives. But Trump withdrew in 2018, reimposed maximum pressure. In 2020, a US drone strike killed Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad. Iran retaliated with missile strikes on US bases. Underlying game, US sought to protect Israel, Saudi oil routes, and prevent nuclear breakout. Iran used proxies for deterrence and regional hegemony, while surviving sanctions via China-Russia ties. By 2025, Iran's economy crumbled under sanctions, proxies weakened by Israeli campaigns, and internal protests grew. Trump's second term began with April nuclear talks in Oman. Tehran offered limited enrichment caps. Washington demanded zero enrichment. Deadlines failed. Israel launched the 12-day war. The US joined with Operation Midnight Hammer strikes on nuclear sites in June 2025. Protests erupted late 2025 over currency collapse and repression. Thousands killed in crackdowns. In February 2026, US-Israel launched large-scale attacks on Iranian military and leadership targets amid regime instability. Reports emerged of Supreme Leader Khamenei among casualties. Negotiations suspended. Iran retaliated via proxies and missiles. Direct confrontation replaced shadow war, yet both sides still eye deals over oil, security, and survival. From 1953 oil coup to 2026 strikes, US-Iran enmity stems from clashing interests. America's quest for stable energy, Israeli security, and non-proliferation versus Iran's drive for sovereignty, ideological export, and deterrence. Mutual betrayals, coup versus hostages, sanctions versus terrorism, deepened distrust. The Iranian people, often pro-Western at heart, remain caught between regime survival and US pressure. As of March 2026, the region teeters on wider war, but history shows diplomacy, like JCPOA, or exhaustion may yet force compromise. Understanding these layers is key to any future peace. Well, if you like our video, please click the button for subscription.